And what's your demands now for Veolia workers in the United States?
The A.T.U. is demanding that Veolia, if it wishes to get contracts to provide transit in the United States, that it continue paying the same wages and the same benefits, including health care, including pension, that the workers received when it was a public system. Otherwise, we're going to be fighting every step of the way to prevent Veolia from expanding its business in the United States.
And for the welfare,
and in Canada.
Excuse me, but for the welfare system, do you think that the recent law, the Obama plan for welfare system, could become an obligation for Veolia to propose a sort of free welfare, some pension, or especially for health? Do you think that the new Obama law about welfare could oblige Veolia to offer something in the welfare system?
The Veolia, the Obama plan, unfortunately, is not very strong. It is not placing great demands on employers, so we don't anticipate it having a big effect on companies like Veolia. I'm afraid. We had actually called on the government to provide a much stronger healthcare plan. We were not supporters. The A.T.U. did not support it. This plan in the Congress, because we did not think it did enough to protect workers.
Yeah, that's not enough. Huh? And what's your battle about wages?
Well, what we want is to make sure that transit. We feel that transit is mass transit is essential to the future. We want to see mass transit developed. We think it's the only way that we can prevent or that we can begin to address challenges like climate change, reducing carbon emissions into the atmosphere, is by getting Americans and Canadians to use much more mass transit and much rather than private automobiles.
And is it becoming a real issue for U.S. citizens, development and environment, climate changing? Is it real now in the cities, a real question?
We are. It is a concern. It's not. It has not yet been addressed with the urgency that we think it needs to be. But for that reason, we want to see the job of the bus and metro operator continue to be a career that people look forward to, that people think is a good job. This is a good place to make a living, because we think the bus driver and the metro operator are so important to the future of our planet. If companies like Veolia, like First Group, private for-profit operations come in and turn this into a job that nobody wants, that's not good for the future of transit in the United States or in Canada or in the world.
And in Veolia, even in First Group, what's the age limit to drive a bus or metro, for example? 60 or around?
No, you can no, you would drive until you're 65, 67. I know people who drive into their 70s if they want to. There are some people who I've met who drive for more for First than for Veolia on the school bus side, who they retire from driving a bus for the city and they decide later on to drive a school bus a few hours a day.
But does it exist a sort of medical visit yearly, for example, or each 6 months for a yearly medical visit,
make sure that
an exam,
you're in physical shape to run the bus. All these things are regulated state by state. They're not a national issue. So the answer would be different depending on what state or what Canadian province you're in.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.